Hello guys, this is Coach Kane. Today I'm going to talk about the strategies that I use about the cards that I rented last time. A quick recap, this is the cards that I rented last time. This is what I'm gonna use. It's a Mylor based lineup with 3 supporting neutral cards. But before I talk about the strategies, I'm gonna start grinding at 99.12 energy capture rate. And by the time I'm recording this, it's 7:06 p.m. So I'll get back to you when I'm at 1000 rating, and let's see how long it will took me to reach 1000 rating. Hello guys, I'm back. It took longer than expected, and the time now is 9:17 p.m. Um, it took at least more than 2 hours to grind up to 1000 rating. My ECR a while ago was 99.12, I think, and now it's in 50.19. I wasted half of my ECR grinding to 1000 rating. The good thing here is I can still continue, raise it more, because the lowest I want the ECR is 30%, so I can still grind the 20%, and I might raise this much more. It took longer because there's a lot of counters to this that I found out, so I had to look for strategies to defeat that counters. Um, but I'll show you some of my matches. This one I was matched with Magic lineup. So I told this before that even though we were matched up with a Magic lineup, we still have a higher chance of winning. Uh, as you can see, he has all Magic lineup, but we have the Mushrooms here that has silence that reduces magic attack. So their damage output lessens. The Although he killed my mushrooms here, uh, so his +1 magic attack damage came back, but I still won this because I still have this Mustang which hits pretty hard, and I have a healer there. Then let's see this one. I was matched up with the life lineup. Then let's look at this one. He has a pretty basic uh, life lineup, but I still defeated it because magic attacks ignores um, armors, and we have torn ability, uh, so we have increased damage output, and then we win. And let's move on. We encounter the death lineup. It's somewhat counter to this because it has a -1 magic attack, which lessens the damage of our mushroom seer and minus health. So our lineup has very low health. And he also has a card with turn ability with 2 sneak uh, cards uh, that can deal a lot of damage in the backline. But we still won this round. Our main tank here is Mustang. Then our damage dealer is the healer, Mushroom Seer. I forgot why I did not put the healer here, but we still won this because of the turn ability. Uh, there we go. Uh, the turn ability deals 2 damage back to the opponent's card when our card is attacked. So besides dealing a lot of magic damage, melee damage, our turn ability deals 2 damage. So really hits pretty hard. Now we matched up with the water lineup uh, with a +1 and +1 speed and +1 armor. Okay, our Goo died. I'm pretty surprised that I won here, cause he has this one was a repair. It constantly repairs the armor of his tank, but thankfully the 2 damage dealer died here, and cause we have the sandworm, it has a lot. It deals 5 melee damage, so it hits pretty hard. We made a lot of damage there. So we came up with a fire lineup. Here the mana cap is 15, but we still won because he chose the +1 speed. I don't know why, but we still won this. So our lineup, I did not put any high health tank, but I still won this because we ignored this one's armor. We hit we hit directly to his health, and when he attacks this one, he is getting damaged by the Thorn ability. Quick info: even though the uh, Thorn ability deals 2 damage, when it hits a card with a shield ability, it deals 1 damage. He targeted our backline. As you can see, our turn ability damage is only 1, but thankfully we have magic attacks, so we much wipe that team. This one. There we go. Um, we came up with a death lineup again with one that has a Thorn ability and life leech card. We don't have a tank here also. I just put this one. It has 4 health, but we have a healer here. So we can sustain this one even though it doesn't have a high health. Though the damage output of the enemy is only 3 with heal 2 health while he damages 3. So this is a low mana cap. That's why I have this lineup. It's pretty much this is at 2 mana cost 0 0 2 1 4. So even though we don't have high healths here, we still won because uh, we have a turn ability. If we utilize the turn ability, uh, that's why we have an advantage. As you can see, he didn't even kill all my cards. We killed uh, his tank pretty much quickly because of the turn ability. We fought the Dragon Summoner here. That's Dragon Summoner summons any Splinter. So he has a Dragon Summoner, but this monster is a dead one. It has the Summoner has an ability that adds armor to each card on their side. So it pretty much strengthens the defense of this team. This is a 15 mana cap. He as the same as before. It has this two cards. So has a card with turn ability, a life leech, but this one has a sneak one. It targets back lines, but thankfully the turn ability killed it very quickly. It hits the armor first, then he will attack the mushroom seer, and it's gonna die. Um, this one has a magic reflect. So you see a while ago the magic damage of this one came back to this card. But he has life leech, that's why it can sustain itself. But as long as this one dies, this is pretty much useless. Down and dead. Okay. And this one is water lineup again. Water lineup that uh, and fire became a very hard problem for me while grinding in this lineup. Because in the case of the death one, if it has the card that has snipe ability, it slowly killed my healer, so my tank can't sustain enough to stay long in battle. And in this case, the water lineup became pretty hard because it has armor, and sometimes the lineup has the repair ability one, the neutral card that has repair ability, and it pretty much sustained his front lines. And while this one is dealing damage, this one has an opportunity ability, so it slowly killed my healer, my slow. As you can see, this is gonna die first. He has two opportunity cards, this one also, so it can wipe this two pretty much quickly. Thankfully, this one was killed first. Uh, then this one dies now. Okay, this one we killed that. Okay, that one died. This one deals damage because of the void ability. Okay, so this is the only damage he has. Then range attack can't attack on the first position unless they have an ability to do so. So I pretty much won in that round. Then this one is a life one again. The life I encountered it's the life lineup became pretty hard for me too. Just wanna add because of this one. If the summoner of my opponent was the plus one range attack, it pretty much buffed this and deals 6 damage because this card attacks twice. So it pretty much hurts my tank, so it can stay longer in battle. Even though we have a healer, it can't sustain because of the 6 damage. But I found a lineup. This is a lineup. This one has a shield ability, so it can lessen the damage output of this arbalest. Thankfully, did not choose the +1 range attack, though. So my opponent's damage here was lessened. If he chose the +1 range attack, his the damage of this card is 4, but he did not choose it, so his damage is 2 only. So, am I correct with that? Yeah. Um, so yeah, we also have a card that has Demoralize. It lessens the damage, melee damage of my opponent. So this two pretty much can damage this one. This one deals 2 damage. Can't really kill it. Then this one, 1 magic attack. It's pretty much useless because I can heal. Then we will slowly kill his tank. This one has an opportunity ability, but it will die eventually because of the thorn. Even though he does not deal damage to us, uh, but he hit this card, the thorn ability can still proc. It does not mean we did not deal he did not deal damage to this card. It's not gonna proc thorns, even though that's not the case. The thorn ability in says that when hit with a melee attack, it does not say when damaged. So even though this card does not damage this, the thorn ability can still damage this one, as you can see. Okay, we're cleaning it up. Then animate it now, and there we go. This is the fire lineup. It was really hard for me to think of a counter to this, even though the thorn ability is counter to the melee. This fire lineup is has a lot of damage output because of the +1. Even no matter what damage they deal to us, they still get 2 damage only. It does not increase. So even though he's getting damage with the Torn ability, um, he can still wipe our team because of the much more damage output. And this one has a +1. Thankfully, I got a solution to that. My problem here is this one. It kills my healer. So I put protections here on the second and third position. Then I put uh, uh, defense here at the back because of this one. This has a high health and deals a lot of damage to us because as you can see, it will increase its attack. So this deals 3 damage. It can pretty much kill this with 2 hits, but uh, we will deal 4 damage to this card. That's good for us. So later it will be easily killed. Then As you can see, this one dies first. It targeted this one. This one will pretty much attack this one over and over until it dies. And this defense is dead. If this one will be killed next and died. Then dead. And yeah, okay. So this was at 900. It was pretty hard. As you can see, uh, got uh, we fought a lot of that lineups because that is pretty much um, counter to our lineup. So that's why I look for a better counter to it. Our main uh, strategy here is utilize this two cards. The healer. If the mana cap is too low and you can't use this, just use the healer. It's okay. Then put some tanks in the front. It doesn't matter if it's this one. I use this because it has 3 mana and it has 6, so I can sustain this while dealing damage. Then always put some defense at the back because to protect these two always. As you can see, this one has um, a sneak ability, so it can pretty much wipe out the backline. But we still won this because we it took longer enough so that our this guy is sustained and can pretty much stay in battle while dealing the torrent damage. You can see that. When you rent this, don't use any more uh, summoner. Just use Myler all the way. Just find some uh, combos that you think that is strong, so that this lineup will be strong to you. If you keep changing to summoner, you will lose your battles because um, you rented these cards. Just use them. Even if you can't use all of it, just utilize this summoner. Mylar crawling is very important in this strategy. Um, just uh, base your lineup with Mylar. Don't choose any more summoner. I, s- I did not lose pretty much very much. I lose uh, at least I lose 10% of my matches. That's what I'm gonna say here because I did not count it. But this is a strong lineup. You just have to practice it. Um, have a sustainable tank at the front. This one. Have a sustainable front line here. It's either the it's either let me go all cards, Earth. It's either Failed Summoner, um, Hill Giant, Earth Elemental. You can use this as a front line. It can't it can't attack, but you can still use it. But you can use it this on the front line, then use this at the back defense. This at the front, this at the back. So you have two 6 health um, tanks that can pretty much protect the front and the back line. Then it's you can use this if there is a higher mana cap. You can use this. Use Hill Giant or Field Summoner as a front tank if the mana cap is low. Then, uh, as I said, use this as a backline. Then, if the mana cap is so low, then you can use this as a backline. You can choose the zero cards, this one, the chicken, then, or this one, the one cards if you still have mana. Use that to your advantage. It doesn't mean that it has low health. It doesn't mean it has low attack, low health, or low speed. It's pretty much useless. It can still provide you defense on the front end or on the back end of your lineup. There's still uses to them. So utilize those cards. Uh, but then your middle, let's go back here. Your middle here in 3, 4, 5. Just put the healer, the damage outputs here. It's either the healer, the mushroom, and any other damage output that you can use. Uh, you can experiment if you like. And if there is a higher mana, you can use this as a more damage output. This can help you too. Deals 5 damage. And it has 5 health, so it can stay longer in battle also. So I will still continue this so that I can raise this rating more. And next time I will grind it to silver 1 and teach you or share to you my personal lineup that I use. It, it's good for me. It's very good for me. I enjoy that lineup. Okay, guys, thank you very much.